Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Student Council President Jane Azzanaro.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing as our award-winning orchestra and chorus, led by Mrs. Kathleen Spadafino and Mr. John Kish, present the national anthem and our alma mater. Thank you. Please be seated. This year, we celebrated East Brunswick High School's 50th anniversary. Today, we continue in the tradition that the past 50 years worth of graduates have done, graduation. Seniors have been graduating from East Brunswick High School since 1962. Many things have changed in those 50 years, but all of those contribute to us as East Brunswick students. We've added sports teams and excelled in them. Mrs. Ambrosi added those beloved sociology weddings in 1978. Technology has changed from film reels to smartboards, but some things remain the same. Through the years and now here today, seniors have come here to their graduation day filled with the same emotions as we are. We're excited to walk across this stage, marking the end of one chapter in our lives. We're anxious to start the new one, whether that be college, the military, or anything else. For some of us, high school will have been the best years of our lives. Others have endured the time like a game of Monopoly. It's been long and tedious, but in the end, it's all worth it. Pass and go with a diploma. Either way, we've survived and succeeded, enduring the bad times and reveling in the good. Senior year has come and gone quicker than we ever imagined. We'll remember the special, silly, funny, ridiculous times for years and years to come. Now that our high school career is over, in about 6 months, some of us will want to come back to this non-tuition school life. But this is it. Savor the moment, just as the last 50 years of East Brunswick seniors have. Look around and remember this. For here on out, strive for a future that makes you happy and fight for that happiness. This little college on a hill, as it's been called, has prepared us for the work ahead. Embrace the future because it starts now. Thank you, and as always, go Bears.
A farewell address will now be presented by the Class of 2009 President, Sidney Kaplan.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy and your administration. Thank you, Board of Education. Thank you, Dr. Magistro and Central Administration, and good morning, everyone. We've always known this day would come. Our parents, teachers, and yes, you and I have prepared for this day, and we are ready to move beyond our lives at East Brunswick High School. We're about to take a giant leap in just a few minutes, and once that is said and done, it's time to make our own choices and our own decisions. Whether you choose to continue your education, immediately start working, or join the military, we all have choices to make. Choices that we are prepared to make from our experiences growing up as students, athletes, musicians, artists, and members of the class of 2009 at East Brunswick High School. Today may be the end of high school, but today our lives are just beginning. We could not have made it this far without the support of our parents, teachers, coaches, and friends. And for their support and guidance, we thank them. I once read a poem titled, "All I Ever Needed to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten." Some things mentioned in the poem are play fair, clean up your own mess, and live a balanced life. All of these things apply to us next year. We have to take responsibility for our own actions. We need to clean up after ourselves. Nobody's going to be there to do it for us. Most importantly, we have to live a balanced life. There's time to have fun and play, and there are times we need to study and work. Keep these things in mind next year as we take on this new and exciting experience and in all the years to follow. We learned these concepts in kindergarten, and they have been with us ever since. We have learned to be passionate about everything that we do and to have fun while we do it, but always remember that we have to respect ourselves and everyone around us. High school may be left behind in the upcoming months, but we still have so much to gain. Next year will be filled with countless new firsts and hundreds of new friendships and memories to be made. Change is inevitable, and we can't hide from these changes. They will always come along with the decisions that we make. But remember, whatever life brings you, the future is what you make of it. As you walk out of here today, please remember to strive for your best and always have faith in yourself. Embrace every situation that is given to you and give it your all. William Arthur Ward once said, "If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it." Congratulations, class of 2009. We did it.
We will now hear from the valedictorian of the class of 2009, Tuling Ma.
Welcome faculty, parents, guests, and students of the class of 2009. Today is a great day, the merit celebration, and with that in mind, I'd like to express my appreciation and gratitude towards the entire student body and staff. I would first like all our beloved teachers to please stand up. Being a teacher at East Brunswick High School is not an easy job. From performing in faculty follies to competing for spaces in the parking lot, being an educator at EBHS has officially become a full contact profession. Your passion and dedication has endured hallway stampedes that rival those seen in The Lion King, as well as over 700 documented cases of senioritis. Without your wisdom and efforts, our inhibitions and intelligence would have only taken us so far. Thanks for everything you have done for us. You may sit down. It's also an absolute necessity to thank the parents, relatives, and guardians of East Brunswick. You have always supported us, no matter how many times we may have disappointed you. So pat yourselves on the back, because after all those sleepless nights and heavy academic coaching, you deserve nothing less. Thank you. Three years ago, we stepped onto the grounds of East Brunswick High School, young, inexperienced, and fresh out of Churchill. I can still remember the first day of my sophomore year when I had to get up at 6 a.m. and get ready for first period. What followed was 6 hours and 46 minutes of drifting from classroom to classroom, learning and growing a little each second. 539 school days later, I stand here, on this stage, a more mature and knowledgeable man. But this was not just my experience. This is our experience as the East Brunswick class of 2009. Despite the highs and lows of situations, we survive together. Or as more eloquently put by Will Smith, we ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life. But the most important thing I can tell you is never forget your roots. Amidst the white noise, it's easy to forget that we all possess great potential to rise above and become something great. Whether or not you become the next Bill Gates or President Barack Obama, remember this. For the first 18 years of your life, you were part of the revered Bear Den at East Brunswick. So look around you. See the faces of the people you've come to grow, the memories you have shared. Your experiences, whether good or bad, will come to serve as lessons that carry on into a brighter future. By tomorrow, this sea of green will forever become a part of your past. So regardless of your sentiments, I ask you, keep these years with you wherever you go, because the day will come to pass where you will miss them. And most importantly, remember the love and support from your friends and family. Before we leave, keep in mind this is a time for rejoicing. We are here to celebrate 18 years in the making. And although we must let go of everything we have come to love, be grateful for all that has happened and never forget them. As the great Dr. Seuss once said, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Congratulations, class of 2009, and best of luck as you begin the rest of your lives.
And now please sit back and enjoy the award-winning EBHS chorus as they perform their rendition of I Believe.
Exactly what you want, and he's so believe.
The faculty address will now be given by Mr. Thomas Hussar.
I can't begin to explain how humble I am standing before you today, not only because I was elected to speak to you one last time, but also because I get to represent a group of astonishing individuals. The people seated at the ends of your rows and standing at your perimeter are truly proud of your accomplishments and have worked very hard to help you to get to this position today. So to represent this inspiring group of people, whom I call colleagues and friends, is truly an honor. Thank you for that. So, 3 years ago, at some point in March, a student pops his head into my 7th period class and declares, "Mr. Hussar, I just voted for you to be graduation speaker. Good luck." He exited and raced down the hallway. There was this real kiss-up student who sat in the back of the room, and she quickly raised her hand and said, "I hope you don't get elected because I want to vote for you next year, Mr. Hussar. I want you to speak at my graduation." I said, "Thank you, Michelle," and I was desperately hoping to launch into my lesson. At that point, Brett raised his hand and said, "Mr. Hussar, I'm not voting for you." I said, "Brett, that's fine. I'm certainly not advertising for votes. Vote for whoever you want to hear one more time." Now, dying to get on with the lesson, Brett's hand fired up one more time. He said I should explain. The problem with you giving that speech is that you have to be able to tell a few jokes, which you are terrible at. Your humor is based off of your quick wit, and since you can't interact with your audience, I fear it might be a total disaster. The only joke that you ever told us was that corduroy pillows were making headlines all across the country. It took me a week to get it, and frankly, it wasn't very funny. So believe me, I'm doing you a favor by not voting for you. So thanks, Brett, wherever you are out there in EBTV land, for 3 months of very little sleep. Half a lifetime ago, I sat in your position, on the verge of graduating from the academy, St. Joseph's, an all-boys school in Metuchen. Some teacher was up there giving us advice on how to be a positive force in society, but little did he know that I already had my future mapped out. I was going to embark into a brave new world, one that was filled with girls. I was going to be an investment banker, retire at 40, sail the Mediterranean, wave to the Italians on my left, those in the Greek Isles on my right, hit Israel, turn around, and do it all over again. Sure enough, they called my name, I got my piece of paper, and I was on my way. Then, just a few years later, I met my first true love, a passion for which I had never felt, going by many names, like George, Abraham, Theodore, young Theodore, and Martin. Yes, it was during my junior year at Rutgers that I abandoned the Mediterranean and made history my future. So, here I am, well into my 30s. Needless to say, I don't own a yacht. My wife points out another missing hair on my head and a gray one on my face every day. My students ask me if I've seen the Soldier Boys dance, your class, this was last year, and I have no clue what in the world they're talking about. My son, true story, last week at the breakfast table declared to me, "Boom, boom, pow, I'm so 3008, you so 2000 and late." I said to my wife, "What in the world is that?" She said, "It's the Black Eyed Peas." I said, "Who?" But as out of touch as I feel, and as different as my life ended up turning out, you know what? I'm happier now than I've ever been. I love what I do. I get to teach every day. I don't have to. Students often ask me how I do it. A first period student told me recently that she walked past my room during period 4, and there I was saying the same thing, writing the same message on the board and attempting the same lame joke that I had with her class. She wanted to know how I do that. The answer is so simple. I'm driven to be great. I'm driven by the knowledge that I only get one chance, just one shot. When I was in 8th grade, my mother was diagnosed with cancer for the 2nd time. Just like when she beat it the first time, the strongest woman that I knew would surely do it again. But as the calendar changed from fall to winter to spring, it became apparent that this time was different. I remember standing next to her hospital bed, looking into her eyes and seeing the mother I loved in physical pain. I would go home, lay in bed and cry because I knew how much she was suffering, and I wanted to take that pain on for myself, but I couldn't. One of the last times that I saw my mother, I again looked into her eyes, and they told me that she knew it was over. That night, I cried myself to sleep because I couldn't understand what it must be like to look at one of your children and realize you would never get to dance at their wedding, hold their first child, or even attend a moment like this. I didn't get it until years later when I looked across the table at a woman I'd been dating for only a few months, gazed into her eyes, and realized that I couldn't imagine a singular moment in which she was no longer a part of my life. That night, at the finest Italian restaurant in town, the Olive Garden, I told her that we would be married. She looked at me with her mouth agape and with her mind wondering if this impacted the other guy that she was supposed to see that night after I dropped her off. And then when my son was born and I held him for the first time, looked into his eyes and promised to love and care for him forever, this is what inspires me every day. One, you get one shot at being great and you don't know when you can no longer try. This class of 2009 is my message to you. Dare to be great, because you know what? We need you to be. Unemployment is ominously approaching 10%. Economists declared earlier this week that the worldwide recession is growing more rapidly than forecasted. And on top of that, do you know what they outside of this arena are saying about you, the class of 2009? They say that if times continue to worsen, that you are too narcissistic, too materialistic, that you're too self-absorbed to make the necessary sacrifices and lead us into a brighter future. That you care little for your country and nothing for your community. That you care about your Facebook page, how many points you can accrue on Guitar Hero, or who has the coolest ringtone, but for little else. Well, I can assure you that they have never stood in my shoes, never stood in front of you, and have never seen the care and interest in your words and in your eyes. That you have a desire to emerge into society and be that agent of change that we so desperately need right now. Robert Kennedy once said, "Some men see things as they are and say why, but I see things that never were and ask why not." Today, I implore you, a class of idealistic dreamers, to find what it is that inspires you and let it drive you to be great. Dream things that never were and ask why not, because as Walt Disney once said, if you can dream it, you can do it. Thank you. Good luck, and always remember to come back and visit us, because you'll always have a home at EBHS.
The principal's message will now be presented by Mr. Robert T. Murphy.
Good morning, Dr. Magistro, Mr. Simmons, members of the Board of Education and School Administration, faculty and staff, parents, relatives, and friends, and of course, students in the class of 2009. It is a pleasure to welcome you to our 48th commencement program. As I thought about my remarks today, I was drawn to the theme of your yearbook, traditions and transitions. How appropriate, because our graduation ceremony, as Jane pointed out, has been a tradition of the high school since it began. The school opened 50 years ago, but the first graduating class took place in 1962. That, of course, makes you the 48th graduating class to participate in this traditional ceremony, an event that is filled with pomp and circumstance, an event with traditional dress, an event with traditional order to the program and those who are speakers, an event that signifies that you are ready to move on to the next stage of your lives and the transition to what comes next for each and every one of you. When you think of traditions in your family, I'm sure many things come to mind. How you celebrate holidays, the kinds of food that are on the menu, who attends, the activities of the day. We take comfort in traditions because we know what to expect. We also understand that these events take a good deal of preparation and hard work. Traditions also go through changes that maintain the most important components of the event, but modify them nonetheless. Take our graduation, for example. From 1962 to 1993, the graduation ceremony was held on the athletic field. Since then, the graduations moved indoors to protect the ceremony from rain and frequent cancellations. Yet, though the venue has changed, the ceremony has remained virtually unchanged. One tradition we do administratively each year is look at the class as a collective group and see how you measure up to your predecessors. Did this class uphold the traditions of the past, the standards that have been established for excellence in academics, athletics, and the arts? I'm here to tell you emphatically, yes, you did. Our community has come to expect levels of achievement from their students. So please bear with me for a few moments as I highlight this class's achievements in leadership in these areas. This class of 721 graduates boasts 11 National Merit finalists and 50 commended students, 57 Blaustein scholars, 65 members of the National Honor Society, 160 honor roll students, 207 Blaustein scholars. 65% of the senior class demonstrated their readiness for college by completing either an AP or college-level course in both math and English. Our math and science teams continue to place first in the state in competitions such as the Merck Science Day, the State Jets Competition, and the New Jersey Math League. And both our academic and IPPL teams competed at the national level. In athletics, our 28 varsity teams represented the school with a 3-season combined record of 286 wins, 146 losses, and 8 ties, boasting a 65% winning record. In addition, they won 6 conference championships, 7 divisional titles, 2 state sectional championships, and our girls tennis team won the overall state tournament of champions, making them #1 in the state. I'm pleased to report how actively enrolled our students are in visual and performing arts, humanities, and dance. Their participation and talent, along with the support of the district and the community, was recently recognized when East Brunswick High School was selected as a New Jersey Model School of the Arts in the state of New Jersey. A senior in this class will have her artwork, thanks to winning at the Congressional Art Competition, will have her artwork hanging in the Hall of Congress for the ensuing year. Seniors were also selected to All-State Chorus, the Symphonic Band and Orchestra. A senior was also selected to the National Honors Chorus. And our ensembles competed in the National Adjudicated Festivals where they were recognized with superior and exemplary ratings, which resulted in our orchestra being selected to perform as the featured performing group at Carnegie Hall this April. Now, when you think of transitions, you've been a part of many transitions during your school careers, from kindergarten to full-day first grade, the moves from elementary school to Hammersholt, and then again to Churchill, and finally the high school. As a class, you've certainly been involved in a number of transitions during your time at East Brunswick High School. You are the last graduating class under the 130 credit graduation requirement, as we move to 140 credits next year. You are also the first class to have the benefit of a 9-period day for all 4 years of your high school experience. As such, you have accumulated more credits than any class before you in the history of our school. Since December, you've dealt with an issue on our property as we wait for the construction of a new phys ed and athletic facilities. This transition will dramatically improve our facilities and their use by students, our teams, and the community. However, in the interim, your major senior privilege was put in jeopardy when the traffic pattern around the building needed to change. When the possibilities were explained to you, and it was clear that there was no way around it, you rose to the demanding and at times very frightening challenge of navigating around the parking lot, but helped us make the most of this. I was very proud of the way you handled this because we anticipated this being only for a few short months, not the entire year. And this speaks volumes about the character of this class. When I asked Mr. Shatari to reflect on the transition this class has made from September grade 10 to June grade 12, he was clear to point out how impressed he was and how you rose to the challenge he had given you earlier this year at the orientation program. Your behavior truly demonstrated your respect for yourselves, your respect for your teachers, and your respect for the school. You have certainly matured and truly have become great people. And parents, what more can you ask of your children? I know that each of you can be and do anything you put your minds to, and I look forward to the future when I read all of the great things that the members of this class have done. And so on behalf of the high school administration and staff, I want to congratulate each and every member of the class of 2009 as you make the final transition as graduates from student to an alumnus. Congratulations. I would like to take a moment to cite one additional commencement, commencement being a move to something new in our lives. And I would like to recognize the following staff members who are with us today who will begin their retirement tomorrow. After 27 years as a math teacher at East Brunswick High School, I'd like to recognize Mrs. Karen Rosenfeld. And after 36 years as a school counselor, one of our enunciators today, Dr. James Burke. At this time, I would ask Mr. Zukas and Mr. Lepresti, Dr. Lepresti, to please assist me in awarding the medals of recognition to our valedictorian, salutatorian, and students who have achieved highest honors. Receiving the valedictorian medal, Tuling Ma. Receiving the salutatorian medal, Danielle Lee. Receiving a medal for highest honors, Dana Eckstein. Receiving a medal for highest honors, Marissa Lewis. Receiving a medal for highest honors, Maurice Magala. Receiving the medal for highest honors, Devin Murphy. Receiving a medal for highest honors, Andrei Partikevich. And receiving our final medal for highest honors, Chelsea Vendici. Congratulations. And at this time, I would ask you to take the seats off stage with your classmates for the presentation of the class by our superintendent.
Please welcome our superintendent, Dr. Joanne Magistro, who will now address the graduates.
Good morning and welcome, members of the Board of Education, staff, parents, guests, and members of the class of 2009. Congratulations, graduates. This is an important day in your life. It is a time for celebration and reflection. But most important, today marks the beginning of the rest of your journey. And throughout your adventure into adulthood, there will be many challenges. But know, as of today, you are ready to face them and conquer them. Mr. Murphy has told us of your amazing accomplishments in academics, athletics, and the arts. You have spent countless hours involved in the learning process in your classroom, as well as practicing and perfecting your athletics and demonstrating creativity in the visual, performing, and practical arts. It is with tremendous pride that we gather here today to recognize and celebrate your achievements. Throughout your academic career, you have strived for scholastic excellence, learning fact by fact, skill upon skill, lesson upon lesson. But today we remind you of the most important lesson that you have learned throughout your development into the individuals you are. The person that you are is not defined by the grades you receive, but by the quality of your actions and the resourcefulness of your character. 20 years from now, you will not be remembered by the A you received in chemistry or the 5 you scored on the AP calculus test. But charitable actions are remembered forever. Not everyone will have the opportunity to attend an Ivy League institution or play a professional sport, but all of you will have the opportunity to be a good person, a responsible and charitable member of your community. Instilled in you by your parents and your grandparents, and further encouraged by your teachers, advisors, coaches, and others, were extensions to life's most important lessons, those that would help you to be a responsible individual. As you progressed through school, your teachers encouraged this emotional growth. During your elementary years, character education was integrated into every area of the curriculum. You were introduced to peer mediation and conflict resolution. Later in middle school, Character Counts program, you were provided a framework for ethical living during lessons of the 6 pillars of character: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. And in high school, as busy as you were, you found time to serve your community, donating thousands of hours to volunteer at the public library, Elijah's Promise, the Chelsea House. Our PTAs have come to depend upon members of the Youth Council to ensure the success of their events and fundraisers. Members of the National Honor Society and Mu Alpha Theta tutored their peers. Tons of food were collected for the Middlesex County Food Drive. The members of the Italian Club generously supported a struggling school in Uganda. The Interact Club certainly demonstrated service above self by raising funds towards the construction of an elementary school in Tanzania, Africa. These are the actions that have and will continue to define you as a person. Dr. Seuss wrote in Oh, the Places You'll Go, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know how to know. You are the ones who will decide where to go." So to the members of the class of 2009, as you leave East Brunswick High School and move to the next stage in your life, you will be presented with challenges and chances that will test you each and every day. Meet those challenges with perseverance and be guided by the character of the good person that you are. In the days and years ahead, show your parents that you appreciate all that they have done for you. Connect with them regularly. It's so easy today, and believe me, it means so much to them. Make the right choices, care deeply, and be a role model for your peers, and later, a role model for your children. Continue to strive for the right balance in your life. Work hard, give back, and have fun. Remember, your own successful future is the most precious gift that you can give to your parents, and a charitable reputation is the most precious gift you can give to yourself. Congratulations and best wishes, class of 2009. President Simmons and members of the Board of Education, as Superintendent of Schools, I certify that the students assembled here have completed all the state and local educational requirements for the issuance of a high school diploma, and I recommend to the Board of Education that they be granted their diploma. Thank you.
Mr. Todd Simmons, President of the Board of Education, will now say a few words.
Good morning to my colleagues on the Board of Education, Dr. Magistro, Mr. Murphy, members of the administration, teachers, families, and friends of the class of 2009. As President of the Board of Education, it is my honor to address this year's graduating class. Today really is the first day of the rest of your lives. For today, you will reflect upon your years of incredibly hard work and achievement. During your years of studies, extracurricular activities, athletics, arts, and so much more, you have earned your day. You've earned the right to be a graduate of East Brunswick High School. Throughout your time in East Brunswick, you have learned to balance not only your academic responsibilities and extracurricular choices, you have made your families and community proud by holding part-time jobs and volunteer positions, all while making a positive impact on all of those around you. Whether you become teachers, scientists, fashion designers, actors, lawyers, musicians, mathematicians, nurses, architects, or accountants, or if you're really daring, a reality TV star or a member of the Black Eyed Peas, you have already started on your path to success. Each of you will have the awesome responsibility of becoming future leaders and decision makers of our community or the community that you choose to make your home. And if your future lands you outside of East Brunswick, know that we will be checking up on you, the successes of each of you throughout your years. And as you begin the next chapters of your lives, you will undoubtedly remember each of your teachers and principals for the impact they have had on your education and on your lives. While your graduation today does mark the end of your high school experience, and of course, as we heard earlier, another chapter of your life, it is also time to celebrate what's in store. You are ready to use your talents and education on behalf of yourselves and each other. I'd like to leave you with one thought. You're in the driver's seat of your future today. Don't find yourself years from now wishing of what could have been. Simply make it happen. You are in complete control of your destinies. The possibilities simply have no limits. Seize every opportunity that life presents you with, and more importantly, remember East Brunswick for how well it has prepared you for what's in store. Congratulations to the class of 2009. Dr. Magistro, Mr. Murphy, on behalf of the East Brunswick Board of Education, I accept the recommendation of the administration of East Brunswick High School and the school district and direct that the class of 2009 be awarded their diplomas.
Tuling Ma. Danielle Young Lee. Dana Eckstein. Marissa Barry Lewis. Maurice Michael Magala. Devin Ann Murphy. Andre Partakevich. Chelsea Vendici. Sydney J. Kaplan. Jane Alicia Azanaro. Claudia Hussein. Jennifer Marie Bennett. Preet Kashi Parek. Caroline Rose Colgan. Victoria Guen. Taylor Alexis Groh. Andrea Page Sachs. John Abdul Malak. Abanob Abdu. Ashraf Nuri Abdus Sulam. Stephen Abrams. Jose Almeida Abrantes. Matthew Paul Ackerman. Deanna C. Acosta. Erica Jill Adams. Pooja N. Adur. Matthew Santo Augusta. Berea Bella Ahmed Mulik. Sophia Eisen. Jillian Alexander. Alicia Jasmine Ali. Janan F. Ali. Christopher D. Allen. Maximilian K. Allen. Scott William Allen. Lauren E. Ambrosi. Aryan Amir Hosseini. Bhargavi Amu. Stephanie Lee Anastasio. Jesse Andre Anderson. Amy Anemalu. Moha Barkov Antani. Elizabeth Gail Antman. Rachel I. Au. Sabrina Elizabeth Aquino. Brittany A. Aran. Schneider Alexander Arcelin. Stephen J. Arendt. Gabriela Pietra Aaron. Jordan T. Ash. Marinette Awad. Caroline Camille Ayad. Berna Bai. Nathan Bahar. Saad Bakht. Andrew Ballant. Paige Baranowski. Miruna Barnashi. Shane Barry. Shanundo Navan Basu. Rebecca Bedrosian. Jonathan Richard Bellasalma. Brian Andrew Belzer. Akeen Milano Benjamin. Hannah W. Benjamin. Samantha Rita Burdoff. Alejandro Berrio. Mariam Beswaros. Tulika Bala. Anjani Bhatt. Shivang Bhatt. Rohini Baumik. Roma Bafsar. Brianna Rose Bishu. Kenneth Beer. Solomon Beer. Christopher A. Blackwell. Catherine Lee Blumick Timko. Douglas Kenneth Bonansegna. Sucharitha Bose. Matthew Howard Broad. Benjamin Cole Brody. Alexandra Marie Broll. Rebecca Ruth Buckholz. Joseph Richard Buckaloo III. Stephen Joseph Bukowski. Tara N. Berlew. Kyle Robert Bush. Samantha Alexa Busikia. Daniel Wyatt Butchin. Julie Butt. Hanjing Cao. Sanzi Cao. Christina Marie Capella. Benjamin Max Capel. Jessica Lynn Caridi. Alexander James Cartelli. Lauren Casaretti. Joseph Vito Cascia. Matthew A. Casper. Stephen Thomas Castiglione. Evan A. Sesnick. Kathleen Chase. Pranav Chawla. Kevin Chan. Matthew Chan. Wendy Chan. Chenyi Chang. Christina Chow, Sean Chaudhary, David Timothy Chen, Diana Chen, Harry Chen, Janice Chen, Kwei Chung Chen, Ri Chen, Michael Chung, Peter Chiang, Swetha Chikoti, Christine Marie Chimento, Dennis Chin, Michael Louis Chiozzi, Jennifer Megan Chu, Mei Chu, Stephen Cho, Jiwan Choi, Raven Chang, Emily Chow, Christopher Andrew Choi, Brandon David Christensen, Amanda Ray Siak, Michael Brandon Chaffee, Brandon Scott Circus, Ryan Banks Circus, Stephanie Ann Coker, Ian Lee Cologne, Timothy James Connor, Jessica Conover, Jason Cosio, William Joseph Costa, Miguel Alfonso Cruz, Carlin Isabel Kua, Eric Cooperwich, Chu Dai, Jennifer Sarah Dax, Ryan Dalton, Sean DeAndrea, Luca D'Angelo, Mohammed Darwish, John Tedrick David, Larissa Ann Davila, Nicholas DiFilippo, Caitlin Ann Degnan, Dagatha Delgado, Anthony Michael DeLucia, Bianca Marie Del Vecchio, Patrick Michael DeVito, Barry Edward Diarbakirian, Joshua D. DiDio, William Diggs Jr., Lilia Dimitrieva, Roberto Dominguez Jr., Carrie Elizabeth Doris, Sean Patrick Duffy, Marlon Dunn, Mark Evan Dunphy, Melissa Christine Durbin, Allison Divich, Andrew Mark Einhorn, Jonathan Ecker, Kenneth Richard Elmeyer, Laura Ashley Engelman, Randolph Kevin Estor, Andrea Shireen Eugene, Michael Eulis, Benjamin Fan, Joseph Fan, Monica Farag, Kyle Foucher, Kira Elizabeth Fagan, Cynthia Marie Fernandez, Samuel Fine, Vincent Joseph Fisher, Kenneth B. Fishman, Patrick Fitzgerald, Heather Fumano, Joshua Fixell, Jonathan Flores, Christina Fontukidis, Max Alexander Fitzpatrick, Jared Fry, Evan G. Friedman, Michael Corey Friedman, Emily Patricia Fusco, Rajan Gadia, Juliana Galliano, Eva Galich Perisic. Jenna Helen Galanter. Ariel Gambino. Saicharan Gantla. Tianyu Gao. Margaret Gargano. Brian Kevin Garrett. Jacob Gash. Amanda Geist. Kenneth Adam Gershon. Michael E. Gershon. Christine Gaddis. Asmeret Gebrameskel.
Joseph Anthony Giampetro. Victoria G. Giglio. Zachary John Giordano. Jean Adele Gibson. Catherine Gurgis. Michael Gurgis. Peter Gurgis. Matea Tahara Givens. Daniel Richard Goggin. Maxwell R. Goldberg. Matthew Aaron Goldfluss. Farrah Goldsmith. Brittany Ann Gomala. Lee Gong. Pierre Gonzalez. Katarina Lee Gonzalez. Martin Gonzalez. Deborah Ann Goodwin. Ashley Rose Grabowski. Zachary Greitzman. Nicoletta Grieco. Alexander Grinblatt. Samantha Grummett. Andrew James Gufford. Joseph Michael Judice. Max Minye Guo. Joe J. Guo. Amanda Lynn Habib. Fahad Habib. Johanna Hobton. Stacy Elena Humawi. Jay Hahn. Thady H. Hanna. Joyce T. Hanna. Marina B. Hanna. Ramon K. Hanna. Douglas A. Hansen. Ariel Marie Harris. Jamie Samantha Hatala. Stephanie Howe. Tiffany Howe. Ori Haviv. Rebecca A. Hecht. Stephen Henry Heffler. Matthew Sami Helmi. Alexa Hendricks. Justin David Hensberger. Richard H. Hernandez. Ryan E. Hess. Mallory Jane Highstein. Christina Ashley Hillen. Andrew S. Hamaya. Erica Danielle Hoffman. Elise Julia Hoy. Karen Ann Holland. Ryan Michael Holland. Malik T. Holmes. Kevin Joseph Hahn. Colleen Michelle Hoover. Kenneth Paul Horsch. Brian Sue. Alice Huang. Sen Huang. Christina E. Hungrich. Christopher Richard Honeymeter. Crystal Y. Wee. Michael Jason Isnasiak. Catherine Ruth Iko. Milana Yanotev. Jordan Kyle Inzetta, Wayne Isaac, Spencer J. Israel, Vishal Kumar Jain, Caitlin Jane Jankowski, Dimitri Jason Jean-Pierre, Alina Elizabeth Jen, Kevin Philip Johnson, Tashmir Kiana Jordan, Keen W. Ju, Daniel J. Wanengo, Pravanka I. Kadaba, Peter A. Cadlitz, David Edward Kafafian, Nicholas D. Calandia, Jordan William Kallick, Chuan Ko, Joseph A. Ko, Ariel Lindsay Kaplan, Joseph A. Kulutlak, Daniel C. Kellner, Brianna Sade Kelton, Unam Asif Khan, Daniel Kim, Diane K. Kim, Suhwan Kim, Kelly Jean Kish, Julie Marie Klegman, Jenna M. Klimsak, Samantha L. Clovert, Kyle Matthew Colasar, Nadia Colston, Melissa D. Kopel, Christina Kuznetsova, Daniel John Kovacs, Haley Ann Kozo, Colleen Marie Kraft, Alex Krasner, Anna Krasner, Joshua Aaron Krinsky, Brandon John Krekel, Alexander M. Kruger, John W. Krug, Elvira Krupnik, Amar Kumar, Daniel Robert Kufferberg, Serafima Karubka, Lasiva Kumsik, Michael John Quidal, Wuyan Kwan, Alessandro LaMonica, Andrew Carl Lang, Brittany Renee Lang, Lawrence Larstana, Mason Carter Lasky, Jake Thomas Ladishow, Robin Lax, Jorge E. Lay, Alexander Pavel Lucarevio, Justin Lee, Sogu Lee, Sonia Lee, Sujin Lee, Matthew J. Lyston, Danielle Leonard, Nicole Leonard, Lucille Kate Leonard, Jennifer Michelle Levy, Joshua Levinsky, Rachel Amanda Levy, Christina F. Lee, Rona Lee, Seoyu Shirley Lee, Brooke Ronnie Applebaum, Brett Jonathan Kamen, Bradley T. Corton, Kelsey Taylor Bramson, Elizabeth Anna Bailey, Tanisha Nicole Banks, Allison Kate Basagia, Courtney Namisa Bernard Rance, Andrew R. Aruvton, Ashley V. Castillo, Stephanie Nicole Gonguista, Kellyanne Marie DiCarlo, Javier Diana, Roger Patrick Erickson, Melanie Marlene Judge, Pooja Kakar, Ramia Kandala, Erica M. Kaplan, Christine Victor Khalil, Nicole Elise Neef, Samantha Catalin Kovacs, Maxwell Isaac Krieger, Alexander Mark Lass, Samantha Lee Lopez, Matthew Davis Macon, Kelly Marie McCafferty, Alyssa Nicole McCulloch, John Francis McLean, Abraham Knoll, Christine Park, Isha Pawar, Mario Rojas, Anna Elizabeth Rothfuss, Allison Heather Shaker, Richard G. Siegel, Michael G. Solomon, Margot Lee Testa, Aubrey Black Weibel, David Michael Westcott, Iris Lee Wong, Paul Zachary Zilberman, Stephanie Michelle Klein, Christopher Thomas Corona, Marissa A. Estramera, Amanda Lee Exaharkis, Liza Claudia Gomelski, Gabrielle L. Herrera, Shivani Kasturar, Marissa Lynn Oliva, Alex Paige Steinberg, Ruth Ludishore, Bomina Lim, Borana Lim, Boram Chanlin, David Lin, Jessica Hope Linda, Ashley Erin Lippin, Karen K. Liu, Kathy Liu, Jonathan M. Lowe, Louis M. Lopez, Michelle Lynn Lopez, Samuel Andrew Lowen, Ryan L. Liu, Douglas J. Luke, Leonid Lukanyov, Kelsey Lynch, Mina Mai, Erica Walker Maltby, Gabrielle Malveau, Joshua Mamrud, Sophia Ann Manata, Eric J. Mangone, Gabriela Tova Morantz, Alexandria M. Marciano, Kyle Robert Marciniak, William Andrew Marino, Exona Marcu, Andre Sergio Marone, Sarah Renee Martin, Ronald Salvatore Marveau, Natalia Marzajan, Dylan Macia, Anthony Sebastian Masoni III, Gregory Mayer, Alec J. Mayo, Daniel James McAleer, Chelsea Ann McCulley, Kevin Scott McLaughlin, Hafsa Kwasan Mekri, Georgiana Mikkel, Zachary Meller, Jonathan Michael Marola, Joshua L. Meyer, Justin Michael Myers. Simona R. Menikdrung. Nardine M. McHale. Dorian Gabriel Minond. Yonatan D. Mintz. Leah Nicole Miranda. Mufadal Hashim Mithaiwala. Alice Bianca Makanu. Timothy Patrick Molyneux. Melissa Moraes. Esteban Daniel Morales. Kenneth Stephen Morel.
Darshan Michael Kumar. James Jr. Oglesby. Megan Lee Morrell. Mark Adele Morgan. Melanie Rose Morrison. Michael Richard Muccia. Anthony Luis Mujia Castellanos. Jacqueline Ann Moulet. Alyssa Kara Mohallam. Adnan Noor Munshi. Megan Elizabeth Murray. Roy Thomas Murray. Samuel Evan Moskowitz. Jordan H. Nadler. Rosina Nandadwala. Arun Nanduri. Nateki Nate. Nicholas James Navarra. Vaishali Nayak. Viba Neilgund. Talia Rachel Neheman. Jessica Ashley Nelson. Taylor Joseph Newman. Angelo Gabriel Agnon. Antonio Joseph Pacheco. Elizabeth Opper. Mark Opper. Anthony Nodar. Ryan Norland. Tara Lynn Nolte. Arinza Chukwu Okafor. Chukwudi Okafor. Ryan Robert Olivieri. Joseph Anthony O'Neill. Bequan Ung. Julianne Nickus. Carly Oshak. Kimberly Lynn Pace. Connor Paglia. Samantha Palladino. Alexandra Palamarchuk. Jungin Park. Sarah Jane Parker. Jay Patel. Pratigna Patel. Rohan Ashok Patel. Samvita Patel. Sweta Patel. Mihaela Pavkovic. Peter Pavkovic. Jordan Charles Pease. Angela Pelaez Aparicio. Blaze Candace Pennington. Gregory Perlman. Michelle Lynn Petriello. Nicole Amanda File. Stephen Anthony Pilar. Darian Pleasant. Michael Pluta. Nikki Politi. Matthew Robert Polito. Craig Shane Pollock. Anish Prabhakar. Justin Lee Price. Brent K. Prince. Philip Michael Kiza. He J. Ra. Brian Joseph Rader. Matthew William Ramirez. Ashley Nicole Ramos. Dmitry Ratushny. Andrew James Ramirez. Maxwell Rebarber. Michelle Claire Regna. Vincent Carl Reitano. Romina Reversi. Matthew Reyes. Joseph Ree. Michael Riccio. Amanda Nicole Richardson. Candace Lauren Riggs. Juliana Ritter. Aisha Rizvi. Andrew Jamal Robinson. Evelyn Marlene Roman. Tara Lynn Romancino. Zachary Rochelle. Brian N. Rosen. Jeffrey Rosen. Matthew Evan Rosenbaum. Adam J. Rosengarten. Jesse Rossman. Leo Roisengert. Joshua Rubenstein. Mary Ruffner. Amberly Jean Rusomano. Kimberly Ann Rusomano. Michael James Ruth. Amanda Grace Rutkowitz. Allison Ryan. Eileen Sachi. Courtney Taylor Sachs. Anurag Sakamuri. Cheyenne Salar. Andrew Samir Salib. Juan Carlo de Guzman Salvania. Sarah Helene Samuels. Anna R. Sandberg. Victor Michael Santamarina. Vikram Sarat. Vinamra Sonev. Vincent John Scaramia. Marissa Brooks Schockman. Brett Scharf. Jennifer Nancy Schellenberg. Kevin K. Schlittenhart. Dustin Joseph Schuld. Matthew L. Shurat. Philip Aaron Schwenk. Nicole Shira Cernecco. Molly Rose Grabonia. Corey Scripps. Ahmad K. Sabak. Matthew R. Seidler. Solomon Brian Sisa. Estafanos Onzi Salvanis. Thomas E. Senator. Rohit Sengupta. Valeria Shabayeva. Sarah Natalie Shabo. Suhal Shah. Hani Shamruk. Sabrina Shi. Andrew M. Shen. Mina K. Shanuda. Paul Jean Shi. Hyun Il Shin. Daniel R. Shirley. Dina B. Shawk. Yevgeny Siddiq. Marissa Ashley Silvers. Jessica Ann Simpson. Kaylin M. Sin. Kamalpreet Singh. Kevin Singh. Fred Sisto Jr. Caitlin McGee Sisto. Ariana Smith. Rebecca Lawrence Spivak. Daniel James Spishak. Ajit Srikant Sridhar. Justine Eleanor Shruji. Zachary Aaron Stahl. Justin Michael Stamil.
Ryan Mark Starkman. Kimberly Stout. Eric Justin Stratton. Caitlin A. Sullivan. Jacqueline Sun. Wayne Sun. Jason Matthew Suprina. Lee Alexander Sussman. Christopher Jeffrey Sudam. Akash Swarth. David Aaron Swissman. Sherman Zito. Cecilia Lee Tague. Sarah Jane Tackler. Damian Teo. Kristen M. Tarallo. Anna Tarasova. Jason Tarella. Mark Tyler. Aaron Thomas. Ian Andrew Thornton. Catherine Tien. Andre Tishuk. Christina Nicole Torriello. David Torres Jr. Jesse Jude Torres. Nico Emeretio Torres. Roger Robert Torres. Kristen Lee Trimboli. Sonia Say. Julian B. Tugala. James Daniel Turek. Dimitri Sean Turnbull. Dozie Michael Okaoba. Samantha K. Seth Oren Vaserka. Crystal Vedhar. Veda Vedhar. Prashant Vedya. Nicole D. Vallejo. Jenna Marie Vance. Casey Demi Vasquez. James Vigiano. Daniel Vilas. Nathaniel A. Villaman. Jay Vogel. Patrick Joseph Vogel. Courtney Marie Vogier. Tiffany Ann Vomero. Hina M. Vora. Dan Annie Wang. Kelly Wang. Kevin Wang. Mi Yuen Wang. Sharon Wong. Se Yuen Wong. Chu Ju Wong. Xinyu Wong. David Philip Weber. Bradley Harrison Weinstein. Courtney Samantha Weintraub. Stephanie Morgan Weintraub. Allison Betts Whites. Francis Weng. Sarah Joy Wexler. Ashley Desiree Williams. Carrie Alana Williams. Allison Rebecca Wolf. Andrew Thomas Wolverton. Christopher John Wood. Kiana Edith Wright. Anthony David Wu. Michael John Wu. Natasha Wu. Jack Shaw. Eugene Yakubchik. Jian Yen. Jean Yang. Stefan Laurent Yap. William Yi Yen Yao. Kai Chong Young. Kai Xing Yang. Kei Yoon. Nancy Renee Young. Marina Youssef. Mary Youssef. Benjamin Bingrong Yu. Matthew Y. Yu. Remy A. Yu. Jennifer Zavoda. Wei Han Zhou. And Matthew Helm Zonis.